wakey.
Welcome back to the podcast. I'll make a stay out of you. We're back with episode 12, our first episode post-survival show. I'm here with Tom, and we are going to be talking about the
That's
ninth.
me.
It is you, and it's the ninth is still in pre-debut. The first season of it is. They have not debuted yet. The first debut song will be out after we finish the first season. But hey, Tom, what were your overall impressions of the ninth so far?
Well, one thing that's worth mentioning to the listeners is that we're gonna do this the ninth in two parts, I guess. Really?
Yeah.
So there's only 4 episodes. We just watched 2. So the next episode of the podcast, we'll have watched the remaining 2. So these, I mean, not a lot really happens here. I mean, in terms of a product, that they're gonna put out. It starts with them just kind of moving into their new apartment, getting some things set up, and going out and having some fun.
Yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah, like that's literally all that happens. Which isn't bad. I mean, it's good to see like kind of the human side of their lives. It's not all work. Even though we definitely see a lot of that in the survival show. You can see the time and energy that these that they're putting in. Now I don't know if they're gonna maintain that level of work. Now that they have made it.
Yeah. Well, I think that they are still doing all of that work. It's just that for these episodes and for a lot of the content that they've put out post survival show, it's more about them kind of hanging out and showing kind of what they're up to. And I think sometimes it will definitely be touching on like, here's the music we're making and what the music was about and all that kind of stuff, similar to the survival show. But yeah, the ninth seems to be like mostly about just like them doing stuff as Stray Kids, so that you can like see what they're up to and just kind of enjoy them being them and get a sense more of their personalities. So definitely fun. I will say one of the little unique tidbits that I just kind of already knew is that the apartment that they move into is the same apartment that GOT7 used before their debut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so once GOT7 was like greenlit to be like, okay, you're going to be the boy group for this era, they moved into that apartment. And so Stray Kids is taking that apartment in this episode. That's the episode that we just watched. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Some more GOT7s up in this piece. Also, they ate tteokbokki. At least that's how it's always on menus in America. I know it's spelled very differently and somewhat pronounced differently in Korea, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But it's basically fish cakes and rice cakes in a hot sauce, and it's delicious. So, if you find yourself at a Korean restaurant and you don't know what to get some tteokbokki as an appetizer. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Changbin got picked on a lot in these episodes. That's gonna be a running theme.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the entirety of Stray Kids content, as far as I've seen. Yeah, people, they all, they're 9 dudes, right? So when you get 9 dudes together, like they mess with each other a little bit.
Yeah.
They bust nuts,
Bust
And
nuts. There's
nuts.
There's gonna be some jabs.
Bust a nut.
Yeah.
With
9 dudes.
With 9 But Changbin, I'm sorry to say, I love Changbin, but it's always really funny to see like he likes to play the heel, I think, a little bit, like to be goofy and be the one that everyone kind of gets to make fun of a little bit. And we saw a little bit of that in the survival show, but you get a little bit of that here. They split into 2 groups. We got one group at home building furniture, just putting their desks together, which is interesting. You got a lot of people trying to figure out what instructions are what.
Yeah.
Although we already had a discussion about building furniture on this podcast, so I don't know if we need to rehash how bad instructions for IKEA is.
Well, it's not even that. Like, if you're gonna follow the instructions, I feel like, man, one thing that will frustrate me more than anything else is when I have a task that I can easily complete by myself and other people want to do it with me.
Oh, yeah.
This comes up a lot at work because like higher ups at work want to see more than one person engaged in a problem, especially if it's like a high visibility like casualty. Like say one of my some piece of my equipment goes down. They want to see every computer tech tackling it. But the way that I approach it is I'm like, no, I got this. Leave me alone and let me figure it out.
So are you saying your bosses are big fans of NCIS and they think that you can just add more people to one keyboard and it'll make it go faster?
Yeah,
is that
exactly?
Okay,
Exactly. Yep. That's how they operate. And like this, this was actually like an argument that I was having with my boss. I don't want to use too many Navy terms.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, I don't see you like getting into the equipment when like the other guys are working on it. And I'm like, yeah, because I think like me, that they want to just handle it themselves and they will let me know when they need my help. Like it's gonna cause more issues if they are like in some train of thought and then I come in and I'm like, I think it's this, and they're like, shut up, like just let one person handle it. Like we're all equally skilled, we're all capable of troubleshooting, and like that's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy most about my job is the actual troubleshooting element. I like to get in there and think about it and read through the manuals and stuff. So anyway, kind of like way off topic, but in a similar note to, the whole, they're building this desk thing. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, why doesn't it take 5 people to do a one-man task? Just let one person do it.
Just let one person. I mean, I get it. Although it did seem to take them a long time to do, because they had so many people working on it. So yeah, if one person had done it, Woo-Jin was standing off to the side and just being like, "Wait a minute, is this a desk that you're supposed to use while sitting on the floor?" And then they had this whole like argument about like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, no, yeah, it shows it. Like you sit on the floor with this desk. And then they like take the instructions from him and they're like, oh yeah, it just has multiple configurations. We're just not using that.
Yeah.
He just had the wrong sheet. So I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I liked seeing Minho and Changbin and Hyunjin go to the store. I thought that was pretty fun and funny. Them just kind of I like that their first instinct when looking for food was just to try and find something that would mess with the other members. So I don't know. Like they originally it said like they wanted to do tteokbokki, but they wanted to get it so that it wouldn't taste good, and then they would all pretend like it did taste good.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. It's super weird. I do like that. I think Hyunjin was the one who said that he wanted to get eggs because Seungmin likes eggs and he likes fried eggs, which holds true to this day. So yeah. I've frequently seen a video from time to time where he wants to have an egg, or there was something, and I know we'll watch it later. And so I mean, like a year from now or whatever. But like there was a video where somebody made a fried egg to put like on top and to split with the members, and then it was just missing. And the production crew like went back in the video and found like a little clip of Seungmin taking the entire egg, shoving the whole thing in his mouth, and then winking at the camera. So it's pretty great. I don't know. It's really interesting for me as somebody who's like watched and watching their current content to go back this far and actually like see like the beginnings and see how like their personalities are the same and how they've changed. because there's some of that. Like they've all matured a little bit, but when they're in front of the camera, they like to turn it up.
Yeah.
The second episode was mostly about them going to on a little trip. They decided to go on a trip
a magic ship.
On a magic ship. No. They had different methods of
yes,
moving
indeed
around the
they
city.
did.
They were going to I remembered what it was called, the city, and then I forgot.
Namsan or something like that.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't actually remember. They said it a lot.
They did. But they decided how they were going to get there. They did a paper, rock, scissors, and Changbin won, which won him the right to pull the first sheet. There were basically 3 sheets and each one had written on it how they were going to get to the place that they're going. And so he pulled first, then the other 2 members who were going to be leading groups pulled. And we got one group that is riding public transit, so they're going to be taking buses and stuff. We have another group that was going to be taking they were going to take a cable car, and then a third group is going to walk. And they were still going to take public transit to a certain extent. Like they didn't walk from the dorm. Like they took a bus, then they took a train, but from the train station is still a 30-minute walk, which is pretty long.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty funny, and that was Changbin's group. And so of course Changbin, being himself, was just like, I won. I won. Why am I being punished? I won. And their journey, I think, is maybe my favorite from this trip, just because, like, so they go through, like I said, the bus, and then they went through the train, and then after they start climbing the long climb of stairs and everything to get up to the tower, they're all getting hot because it's starting to get warmer, and they decide they're going to take off their large jackets. This is in the winter because this is at around New Year's or on New Year's.
Yeah.
And they all take off their jackets, and Changbin comes up with a brilliant idea of, like, I know, we will play paper, rock, scissors to decide who's going to carry all the jackets rather than everybody carrying their own. And he loses immediately and has to carry everybody's jackets. And I like that part because Hyunjin was like, hey, how's it going? Are you feeling okay? You're not tired of holding the stuff? And Changbin was like, no, I got it. And he was like, okay, good. I'm not going to help you then. Like, it's so good. And he does give him another opportunity to do paper, rock, scissors again to switch who has the jackets. But Changbin loses again. So, yeah. The other groups, we had Minho and Woojin. And they Minho apparently is afraid of heights, which is interesting, and they mentioned that very briefly. It was like in the subtitles for just a moment. And so once they actually get to, they rode like on a incline tram that has a name in English, but I don't remember what it is. But they were like on a trolley that goes up an incline, and then that took them to the actual trolley car, that would actually take them out over the hill and up to the tower. And the entire time, when they were going up, even just the incline one, which was just like an elevator basically that went at an angle, you could just see Minho like grasping onto Woojin for dear life.
Yeah.
And then, Jisung was with them because on their walk to getting to the actual cable car, he was holding on to Jisung, and of course Jisung's like you're okay. He's patting him on the hand, making sure he's okay. And Minho's like, I'm fine. But if you look at his face and like how hard he's actually grabbing onto Jisung's arm, like he's not fine. He's totally scared. It's pretty great. That was pretty good. And then, of course, Chan's group, Bang Chan's group, with with Felix and Jongin, they just took the buses all the way to the top and were able to enjoy a nice ice cream with churros in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Korea. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Churros are delicious no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Eat those churros, baby.
Yeah.
I haven't had a churro in a long time. I feel like the only places that I would actually go and get a churro was like at like just going to like Six Flags, like a theme park.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't, obviously with the pandemic, that's not happening.
Oh, you could go.
I could go, but not with Delta.
Delta?
Yeah, you know, the Delta variant of the coronavirus. This is now a medical podcast.
I for some reason I thought you meant like airlines, and I'm like, you don't need to fly. There's a Six Flags in San Antonio. You just drive south.
Yeah, it's not far, but yeah. So it was fun. At the end of the second episode, they decide they're going to. They have like this big long fence of like locks where people will write their wishes and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And so they go to a little store up there. They all buy some locks and then write Stray Kids out one letter at a time. And they each put their lock on the 9th pole of each fence portion and spell out Stray Kids and then wish well for them in the future. Of course, this is called the 9th, and they had 9 members, and the number 9 just means a lot to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's because
pretty cool.
It's because it's an upside down 6, and if you have enough 6s, that's it. You just have a lot of 6s, and that's where that comes from.
Yeah, that's where that comes from. That's where the number 9 comes from?
Right.
Having a lot of 6s?
Yeah, because the more 6s.
In Korea.
Yeah, right. If you write out the number 6 in Korean, it looks like the number 9 in Korean, but upside down.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, no, I'm thinking of English.
Yeah, that's English. That's not Korean.
Or is it? It's not English. It's
Arabic numerals.
Yeah, it's Arabic.
Yeah. But we use them in English. Well, regardless, I thought they were fun. You know, the episodes went by pretty quick. Obviously, there's not a lot to cover as far as like drama, because there's no drama. It's interesting.
I felt like we could have watched more, but no, we gotta space it out. We gotta keep the people
guessing.
Keep them guessing, wanting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It does make me think that when we're doing these episodes, I mean, the content is shorter than the survival show. But I think our episodes reflectively will then get shorter because, like, there's just less to talk about. There's less drama.
Yeah.
But it was super fun. I really enjoyed these episodes, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I wonder if because we had talked about like really early on that Bangchan has a like Sunday morning show called Chinese Room, where he will do a live stream on VLive every Sunday, and he's only missed a couple, and even then he just does them later in the week. So I don't know if we'll ever do those because those are like 3-hour long shows, but there might be times where it would be interesting to kind of see, because a lot of what he'll do is he will react to like Stray Kids content that came out like that week or recently or whatever. And then he'll also, he puts together a playlist usually of like 10 songs of various artists or whatnot, and he listens to them with the chat and stuff, and like will answer questions. So yeah, I don't know. That's something worth thinking about. It's not like in our grand list of stuff to watch.
Yeah.
Because there's too many episodes and they're too long and I don't know that they would show the progress rather than just watching the content. So yeah. Cool. Well, that's really it for the 9th, episodes 1 and 2. Let's why don't we plug some pluggables? You can follow us on Twitter at I'll Make a Stay Pod. And you can follow Tom on Twitch
at twitch.tv/txtom.
Yeah.
I don't have any sponsors right now, but I pretend like I do.
Sponsored by this dick. Cut that.
If you have any suggestions or requests or questions or whatever, you can always contact us through various channels. You can contact me on Discord. Discord name is, I don't know if the capitalization matters, but it's capital TXT and then lowercase OM. Hashtag 0001.
Whoa, he's number one.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's my Discord name. Or you can also email us, I think, at
I'll make a stay pod at gmail.com.
There you go. I'll make a stay.
We got lots of ways to contact.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Fun. Yeah, so let us know what you think.
Okay. Let me know what you think. What's his name? Dustin from Solo Travel Blog.
Yeah, check out Dustin from Solo Travel Blog. He's cool.
He is cool. He's still making videos.
Yeah.
And and it really is effective.
Yeah.
Shark Rocket. This is a weird episode because we don't usually record during the day, and it's during the day now.
Yeah. Well, my schedule's pretty booked over the next few evenings, so.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah.
Booking it.
I'm a busy boy.
Busy boy. Hey, Tom, have you played the critically acclaimed MMO RPG Final Fantasy XIV?
I have played it, yes. I believe.
Did you know that it has a free trial up to level 60, including the critically acclaimed Heavensward expansion with no playtime limits?
I feel like I have a level 60 already.
Yeah, you do, because I think you have higher than a level 60 because you bought a skip.
So. I bought a skip. Yeah, I bought a skip.
Which, like, I've been watching a lot of Final Fantasy XIV videos just because I'm getting back into it. But like, one of the videos I watched was talking about like, should you buy a skip or not? And they were like, well, my answer is no. You should not buy a skip for the main story quest because it's weird to do that. Like, it's because Final Fantasy is not like a regular MMO where you just like are trying to get to the end of the content and then do raids. But instead, Final Fantasy XIV, it's got like a big epic storyline for each patch, like for each big release. And so she was saying in this video, it was Zelfa HQ, in case anybody's curious, that like you're kind of robbing. It's like buying a Final Fantasy game, like a regular Final Fantasy game, and then just skipping to the last boss.
Right.
And then not understanding anything about the story. So
what I was going for, and I get that, and I agree with that mentality.
Yeah.
But what I was going for was, like being high level so that I could do that storyline easily. You know, because like take a regular Final Fantasy game as an example.
Right.
What I will often do is I will find like a good place to grind, and I will out level the rest of the story. I'll spend like a day out leveling so that it's just a breeze. You know, I like the story to be told to me without me having to go, fuck, like how can I change my group composition? Like what items do I need to go collect? Blah, blah, blah. If I just slap 10 levels on my characters, I won't have to do that, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I guess that makes sense. Well, so did you, when you bought it, did you buy the, just the level up, like leveling to max and not the main story quest skip?
I don't remember.
They're two different purchases. I guess it's been a long time. And you're so busy with WoW now that I don't expect that you'll play Final Fantasy XIV. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot going on in WoW, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to...
You're a busy guy.
I don't want to just be like, well, later, you know?
Yeah. No, for sure. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Anyway... Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week when we finish out the 9th season 1, and then I think at the end of the episode we'll also be watching the trailer for the debut album I Am Not, and the following episode we'll actually be opening our sealed copies and finding out what photo cards we get. Who's gonna get Changbin this time?
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
I know that because I already opened it. No, I'm kidding. I didn't do that.
You better not. How dare you? All right, thanks everybody. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you later. We'll hear you later. Bye.
Wouldn't it be awfully suspicious if I did get Changbin now that I said that?
Yeah, you better not.
Okay, bye.
Bye.